What's up guys, welcome to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be going through a bunch of different supposed health foods and telling you if they're actually good for you or not, or if they're just overrated. So I think you guys can all just see the tiers. So going into it, first up we have fruit juice. Now the fruit juice that you buy at the store that are name brands, most of those are pasteurized, meaning they are heated to a point where all the nutrients and vitamins in them are burned up and destroyed. And if you're just drinking that kind of fruit juice, then it might as well just be sugar water. Now, if you're getting cold pressed fruit juice, you're still going to miss out on some of the fiber and nutrients from just eating the fruit raw. So overall, fruit juice, if you're getting the name brand ones, it's going to go into supremely overrated. Cold pressed fruit juice is probably slightly overrated. So I'm going to go in the middle and just put it at overrated. Next up is avocados. I think most people know that avocados are one of the healthiest foods you can eat. They have a ton of nutrients in them, ton of healthy fats. So I'm going to put them in the properly rated tier. They're still one of the best foods and you should be eating them every single day. But I think most people know that. Next up we have dark chocolate. And if you're getting an actually good brand of dark chocolate, like Hue, for example, it's going to go in the underrated tier. Because dark chocolate has a lot of flavonoids and a lot of magnesium and other nutrients like that are really, really good for you. However, if you're buying it, make sure there's no refined sugar in the dark chocolate and don't overdo it either, because a lot of these dark chocolates, the cacaos that they use have a lot of heavy metals in them that are going to hurt your health overall. But if you get a good brand and you're consuming them every once in a while, they're going to go in the underrated tier. Next up, we have dates, and dates, honestly, I think are pretty overrated because a lot of people act like there's some nutrient bomb when they really don't have an amazing amount of nutrients. Now, they do have a pretty significant amount, but they also have a crap ton of sugar and a crap ton of calories in them. So overall, unless you're bulking, there's really no need to eat dates. So I'm going to go with slightly overrated. They're still not a bad option every once in a while, but you don't want to overdo them at all. Next up, we have almond milk, and if you're drinking almond milk, like, what are you even doing? Most almond milks have gums in them. They have a bunch of other fillers that are just going to destroy your gut and destroy your body. And even if you get a good almond milk brand that only uses almonds, what's the point? It's still not as healthy as actual milk or raw milk. So I'm going to put it in the supremely overrated tier. Next up, we have oats, and oats are going to go straight into the supremely overrated tier. I see so many videos online talking about all these different fancy oat recipes. Oats are not good for you at all. They don't have a lot of nutrients in them. They have a lot of phytic acid and other anti-nutrients. They have a little bit of phytoestrogens in them. And overall, there's just so many better options for a good carb source than oats. So they're going to go in the supremely overrated tier. Next up, we have quinoa. And for basically the same reason as oats, I'm going to put them in the overrated tier because they do have slightly more nutrients. But you still shouldn't be consuming it very often at all. And it also tastes terrible, so I don't know why you would ever consume it, but that's up to you, I guess. Next up, we have rice cakes. I have never understood why people eat rice cakes before the gym. Yeah, they're fast digesting carbs, but there's zero nutrients in them. They're basically just a crap ton of carbs that are going to spike your blood sugar, and they're going to go in the supremely overrated tier. If you want to have a good workout and get carbs in before your workout, fast digesting, just eat some fruit instead. Next up, we have sports drinks like Gatorade. Yeah, if you think this is a health food, like, I don't even know what you're doing. First off, most sports drinks don't even have that many electrolytes in them. If you actually look at the back, most of them have like maybe 200 milligrams of salt, a little bit of potassium, a little bit of magnesium. They're mainly just sugar and then a bunch of artificial colors and artificial sweeteners if they're low sugar options. They're absolutely terrible for you and you should never consume it. Instead, just drink some coconut water with some salt in it, and that's like an actually healthy electrolyte drink that's actually going to higher your test instead of lower it. Next up, we have stevia, and I'm going to put stevia in the overrated tier. I see so many fitness influencer products that use stevia and just products in general that use stevia as a 0-calorie sweetener. And you have to understand that these 0-calorie sweeteners are too good to be true, most of them. Stevia has been shown to lower fertility rates and lower testosterone in men. I mean, literally in South America, tribes used to give females stevia leaves as a sort of birth control. Yeah, the stevia that you're going to get in the electrolyte mixes or whatever product it is are in very low doses compared to that, but it's still going to affect your health and it's still going to lower your testosterone. So overall, every once in a while, it's not a terrible thing to have, but if you're guzzling 4 scoops of electrolytes a day with stevia in it, that's going to become a real problem for you. Next up, we have veggies, and I'm actually going to put veggies into the overrated tier because most people think that veggies are some kind of superfood because of all the vitamins and minerals in them and the other nutrients. And while veggies do contain a lot of nutrients in them, they also contain plant defense chemicals like oxalates and phytic acid and other things of that nature. And those plant defense chemicals are going to hurt you. Now, there are ways to reduce the plant defense chemicals, like cooking the vegetables, but they're still always going to be there. And overall, I think vegetables every once in a while could be helpful for you, but they're really not necessary at all. And they're not the superfood that people act like they are. So I'm going to put them in the overrated tier. Next up, we have protein powder. And protein powder, I'm going to put in the supremely overrated tier. Most protein powders have artificial sugars, they have gums in them, and they have just a load of bad ingredients in them. And even if you get a clean protein powder, like Levels or another one of the clean ones, whey protein is not a good source of protein to have. It doesn't have any nutrients in them. The protein that you take in is going to be digested extremely quickly, and it's going to hurt your gut. And overall, it's just not a good food. There's so many better ways to get your protein in than protein powder. Next up, we have egg whites. And egg whites, kind of like protein powder, are pretty much just straight protein. However, they don't get digested as quickly, and there are some nutrients in them that help them out. So overall, I think they can be a good part of your diet, especially if you're cutting. But don't be one of those guys that guzzles down like 10 egg whites every single day to get their protein in, because there's not very many nutrients in them, and there's so many better ways to get protein in than that. Next up, we have chicken, and chicken isn't awful for you, but most chicken is fed corn and soy, and chicken in general just doesn't have very many nutrients in it. I see basically every single meal prep video on YouTube having chicken as one of the main meats in all the diets, and that's like the main meat they use, and I just like cringe so hard whenever I see that, because chicken really isn't that good. So I'm going to put it in the overrated tier, because I don't think it's as bad as the foods up here, but it's still definitely extremely overrated. You can have it every once in a while, and it can be a good part of your diet, but it shouldn't be a staple like all these people have it, and you shouldn't just be eating chicken. Red meat is a lot more healthy than chicken is. Next up, we have nuts, and nuts are actually a pretty good source of fats, but they also have a small amount of phytoestrogens in them, and they also have small amounts of plant defense chemicals in them, so they're not some superfood like people make them out to be. I wouldn't recommend eating them unless you're bulking and you're trying to gain a bunch of calories, but if you consume them every once in a while, they're not going to hurt you. I'm going to put them in the slightly overrated tier. Next up, we have soy, and soy is going straight into the top tier because of all the phytoestrogens it has. To put it into perspective how many phytoestrogens it has, nuts and quinoa and oats have about 5 to 1,000 micrograms of phytoestrogens per 100 grams, which isn't too bad. Soy has about 100,000 micrograms per 100 grams. That is an insane amount of phytoestrogens, and that is definitely going to affect your body. So stay away from soy as much as you can. Flax seeds are next on this list. And people like to brag about all the nutrients they have, and while that's true, flax seeds have 370,000 micrograms per 100 grams. That is an insane amount of phytoestrogens. So unless you're a female, which I don't think there's any females listening to this, stay away from soy, stay away from flax seeds. Overall, that's my list. If you learned something new, make sure to subscribe. Comment any questions you have below, and thanks. Bye.